Hey y'all, it's your girl Fertility Queen. I don't know, I think it's been a couple of weeks since I dropped a video. Let me see if I can just adjust this just a little bit better. Okay, but then the lighting's kind of weird. It changes the lighting. Anyways, why am I wearing a beanie? Well, my hair sucks today. I did a melasma treatment, needling, so I was concerned with the LED light exposure to that, even though it's in the process of peeling. It's kind of nasty looking, but anyways, that's why I'm wearing the beanie. I decided not to do a Q&A for this video because this is more like a food for thought, like a little ponder. I know that there are more serious things than feminization, even though it's kind of like a huge deal, right, in a woman's life. And even though I've thought about what this product does very well when it works for a woman in her biochemistry, because every woman's different, right? Fertility, I think, is probably a little more important than feminization. When you take a product such as, well, it doesn't matter the name, it doesn't matter who makes it, right? Like, I have my own product, but whether you take it into the capsule form or the tincture form, bovine ovarian tissue, it's a glandular extract. It comes from a cow. And it's so unique in its like own biochemistry, right? Because it's a protein. The side effect is feminization. It's a great side effect. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. When like treats like, right? We've heard that saying. Very, very popular saying when it comes to talking about glandular formulas and or extracts, right? I just realized how it's so important. Like, I'm going to be 40 around the corner soon, someday. I don't have any kids. I would like to have a family one day. And, you know, when I was 29 and I took this formula, I knew that this was going to be exactly what I needed, but I didn't realize, because even though I'm at the childbearing age, I was pretty celibate. I didn't have anybody. The blessing was that I wasn't on birth control for a number of years. And then I thought about the common woman, like, now speed up, it's like, I don't know, 12 years later. No, it's 10 years later. I really do want to have a family. Just realizing what a blessing it was to think back when I was 29 going through menopause. I don't know why my LED light's flickering like that. It's so weird, but anyways, I hope it's not too much of a bother. Maybe if I do it all over again. But anyways, what was I saying? I was just talking about how, yeah, I'm at the point now where it's like, I really want to start a family, but financially, I'm not in the best position. Though my clock is ticking. Thinking back when I was 29 when I did this, because I was entering menopause, which when a doctor tells you you're entering this menopause, your chances of having kids are very low, right? Not only do you feel crappy and look crappy and you're aging like too fast, you are not able to have kids, or you are going to be at a high risk of miscarrying, because those first 3 months are crucial, because you need those hormones, whether it's coming from the adrenals or the ovaries or, you know, the thyroid, pituitary, all that stuff is so important that it's balanced enough that you can carry a child to full term. So progesterone is so important, and I just feel like these environmental factors along with all this flippin' birth control. This Franken hormones really affect the body. And, the longer you're on it, the worse it's going to be, right? You have that potential risk of doing severe damage to your endocrine whole system. So, it's such a blessing that I took this when I was 29 when I really needed it the most, because I don't have to take anything anymore. My period is on time all the time, every month. And you don't even have to take that much. If you're interested in your fertility, like restoring it, enhancing it, okay, first you do the cleanses, right? You get on the herbs, you cleanse all that crappy birth control, all those environmental toxins that are taking up your receptors, are affecting your glandular system, your lymphatic system, creating these mixed messages to your body, on what it should be outputting for your cycle every month. How it affects progesterone levels. You need progesterone so that you can continue to carry your child past those 3 months. If you're interested in trying to conceive a child, okay, first you check out your male, make sure your man is good to go, like he's swimming, everything is fine, because sometimes it's the guy. You think it's you, but it's the guy. He needs to get checked out, make sure that his fertility's in check. Then you need to go and talk to your doctor, and find out if your fertility's in check. What's going on with your hormones and why? Since it's different for every woman, at some point when you are restoring your body after you've cleansed all that crap out, or let's just say you're just imbalanced. You haven't been on birth control, but you're just imbalanced. You're suffering since childhood. It's congenital. A lot of women who have hirsutism and problems with androgens can still conceive. So never give up, right? But I'm talking about fertility treatments now. These things, they're like nothing these days. There's a lot of women who make their own bag. They go to the clinic, they want to create embryos, they make the embryos, or they get a donor. And a lot of them are on these fertility treatments that are so brutal to the body. I'm just oh my God, we can really change this industry, because that's not the only option. This is like a miracle, This will tonify and strengthen your ovarian function. And all you need is a nightly dose, okay? Like when you go to bed, make sure you're in bed by 10. You do the nightly dose. I don't know, this is probably going to be maybe 20 drops at the very most for some women. For those of you who do not wish to have the feminization effects, you're like, hey, I'm like a G cup. I don't need any more boobs. This is not for me. No. You don't understand. If you've already have no issues with your body and you just take a small dose and you're over a certain age of puberty, you might get the side effect of a little bit more, but it's really not going to be an issue, because I think since these things are tonifying and it takes roughly 6 weeks to start working in the body, you might feel it sooner. 6 months, 3 to 6 months, you might have your fertility. My friend, I really want to get her on here and do an interview with her. She's my childhood best friend who's always had hirsute issues, never getting her period after she's only gotten it 1 or 2 times when she first got it when she was 13. And it's been that way ever since she's in her mid-30s. And then she started taking my tonic. I want to say within those 5 months, she got pregnant. And this was not planned. This was such a surprise, you know? I always knew this stuff was great and it worked, but to see it, you know, work for my friend when she was just, you know, trying to just feminize and balance to get her cycle, she decided that she was going to wait a year. She's going to get on this program, do it for 2 years, tonify herself, strengthen herself, hopefully get some, you know, feminization effects while she's at it. Why not, right? She's a hirsute. She got pregnant. And her son's 2 years old now. And he's healthy, and he's beautiful, and he's bright. It's her first kid. Anyways, I just wanted to leave you all with that. You don't have to do fertility treatments. It's not something that every woman has to do, you know? That's my dad. Sorry. So anyways, I still have the tonic available, and I do have the capsules. And just to show you girls, I feel like I lost some weight. I was doing the all-in eating, and my measurements changed after the 4 or 5 months. Like, I was fucking huge in my belly. Like, I didn't even look like I had my waist back. And then all of a sudden I stopped eating so much because I just had no appetite. I don't know how much I weigh right now, but I did gain some weight these 8 months. I think it's 8 months, 6 months, 7 months. I gained some weight, and I now only eat like once a day, sometimes twice a day. I fast till, I don't get hungry till 12, and I noticed my waist started coming back. So this shit really actually does work. My measurements now, like when I started this program when I was 29, I was looking back on the forums. So I just hit up Breast Nexus the other day, and I was like, let me just read my stats, you know, just to remind myself. Big difference. My waist has not changed. I think I'm like a 25, but really I still have a lot of visceral fat here that I collected when I was a kid. You know, when you have thyroid problems, you're going to get your first in your belly, or your second in your belly. Whatever, it happens, okay? Yeah, I think I read it was 25, and I'm naturally like a 23 and a half, but over the years when you just like overeat, it's, you know, you just gain in the weirdest spots, especially when you have adrenal issues. I had really nasty adrenal issues and hypoglycemia. So my hips was only like what, a 33 and a half, and my bust was like, I think it was like a 34. I don't know. All I know is it changed. For what it is today, I'm a 36 and a half at the bust. I think I'm like 29 on the under bust. And my hip or fullest area on the bottom, a 37 and a quarter. I could not believe it. To go from like a 33 and a half to a 37 and a half. Some days it fluctuates between 37 and a quarter to 37 and a half. Like, mind is blown. Waist the same. And I'm still considered skinny. So I just wanted to leave you with that. Things can change. Fat redistribution. My first in is actually my thighs. Second in is my I want to say it's my stomach, but it's really my butt and my stomach. Then the boobs. The boobs are last. I'll always gain. If I have a diet rich in wheat products, my ass expands. And strangely, my butt was bigger before, but my hips, there was like, you know, maybe because I was underweight at the time. But anyways, that's after 29. So things can change, and they do change. And I've never had kids, and I'll have maybe one, hopefully at least. And who knows, I'll have more changes. So yeah, just wanted to leave you with that. It's kind of like a miracle. I never thought I would ever see 37 and a quarter, 37 and a half in hips in the butt area. Okay, sorry about the audio. It's not matching up. I don't know. Toodles.